So, girls, we were studying about the light reactions. This is the continuation of the previous video. So, the light reactions, uh, actually, the whole series is known as Z scheme. Why Z scheme? Because of the shape of the shape of this scheme, we call it Z scheme, and these reactions take place in the presence of sunlight, and the steps are given on page number 121. So what happens is that the electrons, they get excited, as you can see, they get excited, and these electrons are present in the chlorophyll of the leaves. Okay, because of the presence of sunlight they get excited. See, these photons are present here, and these photons are responsible for the excitement of the electrons. Photons are present in the light, so because of the light the electrons get excited, and these are emitted. Emitted means they are released. Electrons are passed into the chain. This which chain? Electron transport chain, ETC, electron transport chain, and it produces ATP. See here, these electrons are transported to the electron transport chain, and the production of ATP is seen here. See, what happens is that when light strikes on the water molecules, now till here you understand. Now come to this part. What is happening here? When the light strikes on the water molecule here, what happens is oxygen and hydrogen, they are going to get ionized. Ionized means now they are separate. First they were together and they were making a molecule which is H2O. Now they are separate. Two hydrogen molecules and one oxygen, like half of the oxygen. Okay, so we write it as half, but it is actually one oxygen molecule. So now what happens is that where did the electron go? The two hydrogen electrons are going to get excited and then emitted, which means released. Now H is alone, O is alone, hydrogen is alone, oxygen is also alone. Where will the electrons go? They will go to the electron transport chain. Why? Because they are excited, and whenever the electrons are excited, they move from one place to other. Okay, they start jumping. Now what happens? Third step, light also breaks water molecules and oxygen is released. The hydrogen atoms give electrons to chlorophyll and become ions. This is what I explained here. Fourth step, the electrons of chlorophyll after the production of ATP and the hydrogen ions. Now see, the electrons of chlorophyll, these are the electrons of the chlorophyll, and the hydrogen ions are used for the reduction of NADP. Now see what happens again in the presence of light. What happens? We have to produce NADPH. Understand? So NADP is already present in the cycle. What happens is, to make it to convert NADP into NADPH, we need what? We need this hydrogen, and we need two electrons also. So these two things combine with NADP and they make NADPH in the presence of light. Now read the step again. The electrons of the chlorophyll after the production of ATP. Now see here, the ATP is produced but the NADPH is not produced. So first we are going to produce ATP, then again these electrons are going to become a part of NADP, and the hydrogen is going to come from the water. These hydrogen ions from water, electron from chlorophyll, and then it is going to get combined and form NADPH. So now both of the products, first one was ATP and the second is NADPH. We have received both the products. Whenever the electrons get excited, see, it is going to travel upwards. The energy is going to get high. Okay. Now what happens in the presence of light? See, again photons are there. So in the presence of light, the chlorophyll molecules contain electrons, and in the presence of light the electrons are going to get excited and get combined with hydrogen ion and produce NADPH. Now light reaction is completed.